Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have so much to talk about, as always it seems. We've got updates from Europe. I am wondering what really on earth is going on up in Denali at the Princess Wilderness Lodge there in Alaska. I am really hoping to hear from a lot more of you on that, and I'll share what I've got so far. And then also we've got just lots of other updates that I think are going to be very helpful for all of you. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. Thank you so very much for always coming, and also a big welcome to all of you who are new. I am really grateful to have all of you here with us, and I am so happy that you share so much information with each other and with me, and for just the wonderful community that you all are. So thank you. If anyone here hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, and I think it'll be really good for you too, because we really try to do our best to help you have all of the information that you need to have if you've got a cruise booked, if you are thinking about booking a cruise, or if you just like to think about cruising. And so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I wanted to do a really quick clarification on my video yesterday. You might recall, if you haven't seen it yet, I think it has a lot of really useful information. But Princess just introduced their new Premier package that they are going to be offering on their cruises. And so part of what is included is that Premier Beverage package, and you also get the Wi-Fi. So two clarifications on that. So with the Premier Beverage package, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the Premier Beverage package includes bottled water. You can go up to any bar as many times a day as you want on the cruise and ask for a bottle of water, and they will give you a bottle of water. They just give you one bottle. They don't give you the package of 12 bottles of water. The only way that you get that is to order that in the cruise personalizer before your cruise. And so if you want that, do that. You can't order that once you're on board. But if you've got that Premier Beverage package, you don't need to order a package of water, because you can go ask for as many as you want. And if you want a few to take off with you into port the next day, just go up and ask a few more times and save them and take them with you. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody understands that. And the bottled water is not included in the soda package. I should add that. That's the only one that includes the bottled water. Additionally, the Wi-Fi. So yesterday when I was telling you about the Wi-Fi, I mentioned that for a long time my husband and I have just gotten the one package, and we've for one device, and we've kind of shared it. I didn't clarify well enough, and so thank you, Linda, and some of others of you who have reminded me and brought it up, that when you sign up for this Premier package, as well as for the Princess Plus package, it is on a per person basis. And so if you and whoever you're traveling with sign up for it, you're both going to get your own device medallion. And then, so like with the Premier package, you will both get the 4 device options. So you will be able to like have your phone on the internet at the same time, your laptop or your iPad or whatever it is, up to 4 devices. And so that's really nice. The reason that we don't get the Princess Plus package is when we added it up, when you consider how much the one device package is, which we've had for now, and we'll have to evaluate now that this time is our first time buying a 4 package device for us to share. But when you consider the crew gratuities and how much the soda package cost, it was a better deal for us just to get the one device and get us each a soda package and pay our gratuities. And so you just kind of have to look at what things cost and what you use, and so that's how we got to that. But I wanted to make sure when you sign up for these packages, it's per person, and you each get your own Wi-Fi. So just wanted to make sure that you all know that. Another thing that I wanted just to start right off, so that we start off on a happy note before we talk about anything stressful, is that our amazing Let's Go family, Mark, I really liked the comment that he put yesterday. We always say to pack your patience, and I think we all are these days, but I really like, he says, yep, pack your patience, but not in your suitcase, as you will probably need it before your bag is delivered to your room. And so that's the happy thought we're starting with. Just put it in your backpack, your carry-on, whatever it is you keep with you, or your pocket. So we're going to go ahead and start off talking about what we're hearing from Europe, and then we'll move on to Alaska, and some just other things that apply to everybody. So first of all, we've got a Let's Go Travel Tips member, and I always appreciate him. He is very well cruised, travels often, and he is so kind to send me updates. And he is on a cruise that is going to be stopping in Brussels, Belgium. And so they received just on the ship an emergency notification that everyone has to fill out a form that is being required for everyone who is coming into the port there in Brussels, Belgium. And so the interesting thing is that he went on to try to fill it out, but it actually requires an SMS code, which you have to have with your phone. So it says that means everyone must have a working phone with their data plan in order to submit the form to get the QR code. It would not be an issue for those who are still at home, as they would have access to their phone and internet. And so he pointed out that he talked to people on the ship and mentioned the fact that some people don't get an internet package, so they would not even be checking their email. And so the people, the crew members, were going to make sure that everybody on the ship received that notice. Plus, he said that each person on the ship who would be on that segment, because he was doing a back-to-back, would be notified and assisted if they did not have a computer or the cell phone to get that SMS code that you've got to have to arrive there in Belgium. And so I just am telling you that a heads up to anybody that's got a sailing there that you're going to call in Brussels, Belgium. I don't know if it's for all of the ports in Belgium. It just mentions Brussels here. And so any of you who've got that coming up, be aware of that. Let us know if you are already receiving an email from Princess. I am wondering if it's just, I am thinking it surely must be maybe late breaking news that they are requiring this, or they would have told people before they got on the ship to do that. And so thank you very much for that heads up. I really appreciate it. The next thing that I wanted to let you all know, and this is so handy for any of you that are sailing out of Copenhagen, and I would think it'd be really handy to know also if you are returning to port in Copenhagen and you're sticking around for a few days and then leaving from the Copenhagen airport. Our Let's Go family member Joan is so kind. They're going to be sailing out of Copenhagen in September, but she checked and she said that there is testing at the airport for arriving and departing passengers. The arriving passengers can get an antigen test for about $28 just by showing your ticket and that you did just arrive. They do have PCR tests as well. The testing is done at the P5 car park and appears to have plenty of signs for where to go. And so I hope that this helps some of you who are going to get to sail in and in or out of Copenhagen. Copenhagen is so beautiful. I did a video a little while ago that part of it was talking about what I would do if I were in Copenhagen for a few days, or maybe a day or two. I can't remember, but you might want to go back and look for that, and I'll try to find it and link it below this video. If you have any other questions about that, just let me know. I honestly am having a really hard time talking about destination information that I have in my head because of the places that I visited, as well as trying to cover everything on the updates and the news. So if you have anything that is a particular question, you can send it to me. Today is Friday and it's May 13th, Friday the 13th. And so tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to talk about what we're going to do in Rome. I don't care how much news there is. It'll just be a really long video if we need, but I'm going to definitely do that tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but we've got too much other stuff. So if there's somewhere that you want to hear about, let me know, and I am happy to try to help you. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to let you know, and that is because we have our cruise coming up on the 28th. I just was wondering if everybody's getting this. So we've got an email today that they sent us, and it's called It's Nearly Showtime, and this is like the picture that they start off with. But I wanted to bring it up because we're going to link underneath it. They have Duval. You might remember Duval there. He's a cruise director, and is he on the Discovery right now? I know he was on the Discovery, but when they started. But I honestly, I can't remember if he's still there or not. But he talks about some cruise tips for packing. and planning activities, and so they've put that little video out, so we'll find that video and link it below. And they talk about like Bravo and their other production shows. And then one thing they talked about in this email that I never really thought about, but you know, I talked to you about how I think that the movies Under the Stars and that whole deal is so magnificent, but they also pointed out in this email that you can also enjoy a selection of movies to watch on your mobile device using the Ocean View in your Medallion Class app. And so if you are somewhere on the ship, on the cruise, and you would like to watch a movie and you want to stay right where you are sitting there, it sounds like you can pull something up on your phone. And so I'm going to try to remember to look that up when I'm on the cruise and tell you what movies are available there. So hopefully that helps you. Now we're going to move on a little bit to what we've got going on in Alaska. As far as Alaska goes, a wonderful Let's Go family member sent me their notice. They are sailing out of San Francisco on the Ruby Princess July 29th of 2022, and they just received an update to their itinerary. It says, please be advised that due to updated speed restrictions to safeguard marine life in the area, we have replaced our call to Victoria, British Columbia on Saturday, August 6th with a visit to Prince Rupert in British Columbia on Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I was glad to hear that's a whole 8-hour window there, so hopefully they've got some good excursions for you. I've never been to Prince Rupert, so we're going to be really excited to hear from everyone. I'd love to hear from all of you who are getting to stop in Prince Rupert. You can tell us what's going on there, what there is to see. And then additionally, their departure from Ketchikan would now be at 3:15 rather than 3 on Monday, August 1st, as previously scheduled. And their arrival in Juneau, Alaska, will be at 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. on Wednesday, August 3rd. So I am really glad to hear that y'all will get to see another place, and that they were able to extend how much time you've got there in Juneau. And I just think that's really nice. And luckily they only took 15 minutes off how long you would be. Oh, sorry, 3:15. They added 15 minutes to how long you'll get to be in Ketchikan. And sometimes 15 minutes can make all the difference. And so thank you very much for sending us this update. It'll be fun to hear from all of you. So that's in the end of July, and they're already changing those itineraries. And so I am very hopeful that we will soon end hearing about so many itinerary changes. Hopefully they'll get everything settled for the season and everyone can plan on where they are now. So the next thing, we've got an update from our good Let's Go family members, Code 4 for Life. And they reported that their second, they had a great sea day, their second full sea day on the Ruby Princess with the fastest internet at sea, and then they put one of those crazy smiling faces. So far, their 8-minute video, so go take a look at their videos, was only 33% uploaded after 24 hours. And so that doesn't bode well, does it? But I did notice their video did get up last night, if it's the one they were talking about. So go take a look at that. It says the crew have been fantastic, and they've got about 1,900 passengers on board. So it sounds like it's growing really good there, except for the internet. And then one of you, Reba, was so kind to send me this update talking about how the on Cruise Industry News webpage, they had a story about how Princess is adding Prince Rupert to their list of places that they will be calling this summer. And it said the Port of Prince Rupert is adding 16 new vessel calls to their upcoming cruise schedule, and it says it's about a 330% increase over what they usually have. And so the Ruby Princess is one of those, and the first time the Ruby Princess is going to call there in Prince Rupert will be on May 17th, so it'll just be next week. And it says it will include the port as a regular stop on the ship's Alaska itinerary about every 10 days. And so I thought that was really good news, so thank you very much, Reba. Now on to other news. Our Let's Go family member Trish heard our video yesterday all about that Premier Beverage pack, not beverage, it's just the whole Premier package that Princess is now offering. So they called to check on getting that added to their cruise that they've got coming up. They're booked in September, and she said that when they called, her husband has an exemption to be able to go on the cruise, and she said that they told her that because there was an exemption on file, no changes can be made to their account. And so her husband did get vaccinated, so she's got to call and let them know that they no longer need that exemption. But she said, I think everybody, and she's right, it would help all of us to know that if you have an exemption, it might be harder to make any changes. And I would like to think they'll let you make the changes, but if they can't do it there, I would follow up and definitely ask once you get on the ship, because they can do a lot of things for you once you get on the ship that sometimes they can't even do when you're calling before. Now we've got an update from Anne, and I would really like to hear what y'all think about this in the comments. It says, I'm currently, so she just sent this to me yesterday afternoon, she is currently on the transatlantic on the Norwegian Dawn. COVID is all over the ship. We are being told nothing, being denied entry to ports. Norwegian is not offering any information nor help concerning retesting and getting off the ship on Saturday, which would be tomorrow. Where we're supposed to go since they won't be able to fly home. She said, she says it's their first and last cruise with Norwegian. She says she has COVID and they did not move her out of her room, but her roommate doesn't have COVID and can still leave and go all over the ship and do whatever they want. So are any of you other Let's Go family members experiencing this, or have you heard anything else about what is going on with the Norwegian Dawn? And it is really hard. You know, you hear that a lot of people have COVID, and then it's hard to know like what percent of the people do. But I surely do worry that they're not receiving any help as to know what to do or where to go next, since she has tested positive. And unfortunately, it sounds like that's what we have heard with Princess happening a lot. I heard from someone on Celebrity I shared a few days ago that they did get a lot of information and are very well taken care of. So it sounds like, at least with that experience, Celebrity is doing a really good job with that. Now, on to the part about what is going on with the Princess Lodge up at Denali. So yesterday in the evening, our Let's Go family member Dina sent a message. She said, COVID testing at McKinley Chalet for land portion guests of the Princess Cruise who are expecting to go on the Majestic Princess tomorrow, May 14th, says you can only do the testing they provide here, but it went really smoothly and they got the results quickly. She said that is the only thing that has gone smoothly for this disappointing land portion. And so I said, you know, reply to me and tell me what's going on. And I haven't heard from her yet, and that's okay. I know people are on vacation. I know you're busy. I know you got way better things to do than reply to me. But it made me go looking and seeing if I could find anything else about it. And so over on the Princess Cruise Passenger Facebook group, so you might want to take a look at that if you're not a member of that. I try to keep my eye on it, but there were some reports there, and so now it's clear about kind of a little bit what's going on, but we don't know why yet. One lady, she posted, she says, this is our worst princess experience nightmare ever. In Fairbanks, we were changed to an old downtown hotel instead of the Princess Lodge. Arrived in Denali today to find out we are not at the Princess Wilderness Lodge, but at the Holland America McKinley Lodge in a small cabin type room. No luggage yet. COVID testing a fiasco. Nothing is open. The ice machine's not working. They waited 2 hours at the desk trying to book an excursion with no luck. I was told we could not check on excursions for Princess because they were at a Holland America resort. And then she said, oh, Princess, you really dropped the ball this time. The money we paid, and we have waited 3 years for this trip. And she said her travel agent was not informed of these changes either. So I went in and looked at all the bulletins. I watch the bulletins every day that travel agents received, and I have not seen anything on this yet. Then I'm telling you this guy replied to her, and I love the counsel because it's something we should keep in the back of our mind. She says, he's like, first, sorry about this. And he says, Princess needs to be fair and respect its guests. And she says, he says, I would be on the phone with my credit card company entering a credit card dispute for the value of the cruise. The only thing Princess Cruises seems to understand is money. And it just says these type of actions are not allowed. And so the reason that I tell you this, and I think that that is a pretty harsh reply, but I also think it is very harsh for Princess to not notify anybody, switch you to different hotels, different lodge. So you're not at the place that they said you would be on the land portion of your land tour cruise vacation, as well as you're not having the experience. So you're not in the place, you're not having the experience, and these land tours are very expensive. I can see these people have waited 3 years, people save their money for them. We haven't been on one yet. I'm hoping to sometime, but they are expensive, and I agree that Princess needs to respect it. And so and somebody else said, oh, it's just a shakedown after COVID, and our Let's Go family member replied and said, I am tired of that excuse. And you know, I agree with her to quite a large extent. And so I am really anxious to hear what happened, like why Princess did not even tell people and give them the option. You know, they didn't say, hey, we're not going to be able to fulfill our end of the obligation the way that we said we would. So, do you still want to come? Do you want a discount? Or do you want to be rescheduled for another time? So any of you who have any more information on this, let me know. And we'll be looking forward to hearing from you. And I'm going to keep my eye out and see what's going on with this as well. So it'd be really interesting to know why they did that and just the whole story. The next thing is just a quick note. You know that I keep my eye on the Baltic, and Ukraine is in my heart all the time. And so we here continue to pray for them, Gordon and I hope you are too, and the good people in Russia as well, because I know that there's a lot of people there that this has just turned their whole world upside down as well. But anyway, yesterday Norwegian announced that they are canceling all of the cruises to the Baltic that were for 2023 that were supposed to be on the Norwegian Getaway. Everyone is thinking that that ship will probably stay in the Caribbean instead of even going over, but we will wait and see the updates when they for sure got that information out. But they were supposed to be sailing from April 15th of 2023 clear through October 26th of 2023. And of course, they were not going to be calling it St. Petersburg, but they've just taken all of those cruises out, and people have been notified that those cruises are canceled. So if you have one of those cruises canceled, we would love to hear from you in the comments. Let us know what other cruise you're picking up instead, and I'll just have a conversation about it. And sorry for those of you that have had that canceled. We still have our cruise scheduled next year on June 28th, I think it is, on the Island Princess that goes to the Baltics, but I'm really interested to hear if that still goes, as well as our cruise on the Norwegian Jade that goes at the beginning of May, that goes up into the Black Sea. We were supposed to get to call it Odessa, and I wish I would have done that cruise sooner. So there's another reason to go when you can go. I should have gone. So anyway, now I just have a couple of questions for all of you. First of all, we've got our Let's Go family member, Shelly, and she said that they were just on, I can't remember what ship, but they were just on a Princess ship, and she said, we have never had any issues with our onboard charges, so they did not even check their room charges until the very last minute. And she said they've cruised with Princess 5 times already, and with each cruise, she says, we've ordered bottles of wine for dinner. I noticed this time that there was an additional charge tacked on the bottle of wine they ordered. It was $22.50, but there was no explanation of why there was an additional charge. And she said there should not have been any service or corkage service since it was a bottle we ordered on the ship. She has called Princess once on the phone, sent 3 emails, and nobody seems to know what the charge is for. So do any of you who cruise and order a bottle of wine with dinner know what a $22.50 charge would be for? If you can just put that in the comments, I think that'll really help Sally, because if she knows what it's for, then she knows if she should keep calling to try to get them to credit it back, or if she should just be like, oh, that's what it's for, and let it go. So thank you all very, very much. I really appreciate you on that. And then I just love that one of you thinks I am better connected than I am. They said, can you ask your contact who is the captain and the hotel general manager on the Regal now? And so if anyone is sailing on the Regal Princess, can you comment on that? I guess I can look up and see who the captain is. But thank you for thinking. It's just another good opportunity for me to point out that I don't work for Princess, and I don't have anything to do with Princess other than we have very much enjoyed cruising on them, and you all are the best family. And so I really appreciate all of your input, and I really appreciate the time that you take to put in wonderful comments, to help each other out, and to watch our videos. You are all remarkable. We are planning to hopefully get to go live this evening. I've got to run to a work meeting this afternoon, and so hopefully I'll be able to be done and in time with traffic to get home to do that. And so keep your eye out for us, and I will keep my eye out for you as well. So if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.